Today's video is another exciting video in our series entitled Making You the Scientist. We like to call this Making You the Scientist because you could do this at home with your kids just for fun. You could do this in a homeschool setting, or of course you can do this right in your classroom. Today's video is entitled Oscillating Spaghetti. And what we're going to do is we're going to test different factors and see how they affect the oscillations, the frequency, and the period of the oscillations of spaghetti. Remember, the frequency is the number of vibrations per second, and the period is the time it takes for one of those vibrations. Okay, now you can do this at home really easily because all you need is some very simple materials. We have 3 different kinds of spaghetti, and we have some mass that we're going to put at the end of the spaghetti. We have clay. You could, of course, use marshmallows or something else that you might have around the house. And as I said, we're going to be testing different factors and how they affect the frequency of oscillations of the spaghetti. And we're going to be testing 3 different things. The first thing we're going to test is the different kind of spaghettis. Then we're going to test the different masses on the end of the spaghetti. And then we're going to test the different lengths of the spaghetti. Okay, so for the first one, we're going to be testing different types of spaghetti. And we have 3 different kinds of spaghetti. We have spaghetti, we have linguine spaghetti, and we have macaroni spaghetti. And we're going to vibrate each of those at their resonant frequency and see which one has the greatest frequency, or how the type of spaghetti affects the frequency of those vibrations. Okay, so the first one I have is my spaghetti. And you can see I set it like that. I oscillate it like that, and it has that period and that frequency. Now I'm going to test the macaroni spaghetti. The macaroni spaghetti has that period and that frequency. And you can see that's quite different than the spaghetti. The third one I'm going to test is the linguine spaghetti. And you can see it vibrates like that. Now they're all different, but 2 of them look the same. The linguine and the spaghetti were similar to each other. So I'm going to put them both in one hand, hold them at the same length, and I'm going to vibrate them together, oscillate them together, and you can see they look similar, but they're not quite the same. This is the spaghetti in front, and this is the linguine in back. Okay, there you go. So you've been observing the frequency of those spaghettis. You should, in the comments right below, write which one had the highest frequency and which one had the lowest frequency. Now the next thing we're going to test is the mass at the end of each piece of spaghetti. And for that, we're going to use one kind of spaghetti because we only want to have one variable. In this case, it's going to be the mass. We're going to be using linguine for this test. Okay, we have one piece that is 1.5 grams, this one's 3 grams, and this one's 6 grams. And we're going to do the same thing and see how the mass affects the frequency of the oscillations of our linguine, or really how it affects the frequency of the oscillations of the mass. Okay, so here we go. This is the 1.5 grams. This is the 3 grams. Don't break your spaghetti. And this is the 6 grams. All right, and you can see all 3 of those are quite different from each other. All right, so once again, write down in the comments below how the mass affects the vibration of the spaghetti, how it affects the period and the frequency. Now the last thing we're going to do is we're going to test the length of the spaghetti. And in this case, I have 3 different lengths. This is all spaghetti. Once again, only one variable. The variable in this case is the length. And I have 3 different balls of of clay. Each one is about, again, 1.5 grams. I have a short one, a medium, and of course a long. Let's start with the long one. That one oscillates like that with that frequency. Then the medium one. That one oscillates like that with that frequency. And of course, we're going to do the short one. That one oscillates like that with that frequency. So once again, you can observe the frequencies based on the length of the spaghetti. And you should write in the comments below, how does the length of the spaghetti affect the frequency of those oscillations. We have now completed our experiment. And in that experiment, we tested 3 different variables and how each of those variables affects the frequency of the oscillations of the spaghetti. We tested first the type of spaghetti. Then we tested the amount of mass at the end of the spaghetti. And then we tested the length of the spaghetti. In the comments below, leave your observations about how each of those things affects the frequency of the vibrations of the spaghetti. Now, as we said, this is a great experiment which you can do at home, and it's really good because it has lots of applications, especially when we're talking about building different structures, such as buildings, towers, bridges, and as that relates to earthquake preparedness. Okay, if you would like more detailed information about this experiment, then you can go to our Teachers Pay Teachers website and you can find our oscillating spaghetti product right there. It's available for you. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Okay, that's a wrap. Time to clean up.
Thanks for watching.